Hello again. Luke Bug, the Geek of Steel here, and I'm back with another book review for my YouTube challenge where I upload a video every day in September. This video is all about one of my absolutely favourite books, DC, Anatomy of a Metahuman. It was made by Insight Editions and written by S.D. Perry and Matthew K. Manning, and just has got some absolutely insanely good artwork by Ming Doyle. So, what is this huge book all about? It's in front of me on my desk as I record this video. It's a big book. Explore the powers of DC Comics' greatest characters like never before through stunning anatomical cutaways and in-depth commentary from The Dark Knight, aka Batman. Over the years, Insight Editions have made some incredible books, and a lot of them are in my collection, but without a doubt, this is my favourite one. The cutaway scientific artwork with the definitions, and that are just so fascinating to learn more about these heroes and villains. But the writing, it's from Bruce Wayne's point of view, and you can really, in some of the pages, really feel the paranoia that Bruce Wayne has against these unknown creatures and humans with superpowers. It is fascinating. The book has a fantastic introduction by Bruce Wayne, which I will be reading in a moment, and also a huge section on my boy Superman. And that artwork obviously is my favourite. Some of it I want on canvases. It is that good. Ming Doyle has just done a stunning job with this book, and in the future I would love for it to get a sequel, as there are many more heroes and villains that do not feature in this book. But a lot do. Superman being the first one, Cheetah is in there, Darkseid, Doomsday. There is a fantastic section on my boy Bizarro, which even includes a hilarious interview. But it's one of those books that when you read it, you get lost in it and just want to keep on reading time and time again. The section on Cyborg was fascinating, but obviously for me, being a Superman fan, that section, that artwork is my highlight of this entire book. Everybody who worked on this book did a fantastic job. The attention to detail was just insane, and, reading it, I felt a little bit more intelligent once I had finished, as I was learning about scientific things about the body. The cutaway of Superman's eye was just awesome, but you can tell that a lot of work went into this book, and I'm very grateful for that. And that is why this book will always be one of my favourites. And again, hopefully that sequel will come out soon. But right now, as I'm sharing this artwork with you, I'm going to read the introduction by Mr. Bruce Wayne. If you're reading this, then that means one of two things. Best case scenario, I'm facing enemies too big to handle alone. This book is in your hands to help you better understand the threat they pose. Worst case scenario, one of my former allies has gone rogue, and I've handed you this information. Then that means our entire world is most likely in jeopardy. Within these pages you will find my contingency plan. Nearly everything I've collected over the last several years on the anatomical makeup and physiology of a select sampling of metahumans. Included are my theories regarding how and why these alien cyborgs and mutations function the way that they do. To obtain this information, I've broken into secure government sites, hacked expertly executed firewalls, and gathered evidence from crime scenes all over the world. This is what I have so far, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. This book is meant as a last resort, but in the world we inhabit, it's foolish not to prepare for the worst. While I hope we won't have a need to use the contents of this study against our metahuman allies, the unthinkable has happened before. Friends have become enemies, heroes have become villains, and there's every possibility that it could happen again. If you're reading this, the fate of humanity may ultimately depend on what we know about these super beings and how we can apply that information. That's why I've spent years working on this book. Despite my best efforts, I'm still nowhere near finished, but the information gathered here is immensely valuable nonetheless. I would be happy to see this book go unread, but past experience tells me that's an unlikely outcome. past experience tells me that it may become our last line of defense. Bruce Wayne. In the future, I would love to invite the creators of this book onto the podcast of Still, as I have many questions for them. However, a while ago I did interview one of the writers, Matthew K. Manning, for The Geek of Steel, and I will link that below. But one of the biggest questions that I have for all of them is, are we going to get a sequel? Because I feel this book deserves it. I've added links down below where you can find this book online, but if you do own this book, you realise why I am so passionate about it. It is just a stunning work of art and one of those books that just captures your imagination and doesn't let go. I'm Luke Bugg, the Geek of Steel. Insight Editions, thank you for releasing this book, and I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new video.